Okay, good evening everyone. I welcome you all for this web development course session 7 on MySQL. So in our previous session we have been discussing about PHP. In that we have seen some simple programs, how to write basic programs in PHP, and I have written one HTML page, and we got the input from the HTML and we processed on the server, and sent some reply to the client. Okay, from the PHP page we have sent some reply to the browser, so that the reply gets displayed on the web page. So that's what we have seen in the previous session. So in this session we are going to look at MySQL database, how to work with the database, how to create a database, how to create the tables, how to store the data into the table, and how to delete, how to modify, how to insert the data. So these are all the things we are going to see in today's class. And once you have this basics of PHP and MySQL database, then we will be moving on to the database connectivity portion in the upcoming session. Okay. Okay. So what do you mean by MySQL? MySQL is one of the RDBMS. RDBMS stands for Relational Database Management System. Okay. So usually we call it as DBMS. DBMS has the power to maintain a database where you will have multiple tables. Okay. But in relational database management system, what happens is where you can find out, or you can specify the relationship between the tables. Okay. For example, if you have more than one table, you can specify one column in the first table may be referring to the other table in some column. Okay. This is happening through something called foreign key, primary key, this concept. Okay. So the foreign key is especially to maintain the relationship between the table. There is one column in the table referring to the other column in the another table. Okay. So that is the purpose of going for relational database management system. Okay, MySQL is open source, free, and it is ideal for both small and large applications. Okay, you can use it for very large applications also, and for small applications also. Okay, so it is very fast, reliable, scalable, and easy to use. And also particularly it's cross platform in the sense you can use it on any platforms like Windows, Linux, Mac. Okay, it supports all the operating systems. So for example, if I create a database in some platform, for example Windows, I can use the same database in Linux platform also. So that is what actually called as cross platform. Okay. Now, what is SQL? In this, we are going to use the SQL language to perform all the operations related to the database. Okay, SQL is the structured query language. That is what SQL stands for. So this is the standard language we will be using in most of the DBMS. So it is actually used to insert, search, update, delete, all kind of operations we can perform on the table or database through this language, that is called structured query language. There are some important commands which is available in SQL. These are all some of the important commands. Other than this, you will have some of the commands also. Whatever I specified here, that is necessary for manipulating of the database. Okay, which is necessary for database connectivity portions. Okay, so we have like create database, create table. See, remember, database is different and table is different. Database may consist of a number of tables. Okay, for example, if you have a student management system or college management system, I have a table called student personal information. Okay, in that I may store like student roll number, name, then address, parent name, parent phone number. So these are all my information. I have another table called student academic information. So in that I will be storing like roll number, student name, and then again 10th mark, 12th mark, and then semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, all these marks, and then CGPA. So like this kind of information I will store. So here database is only one database, college database or student database. So in that I have different number of tables. One is maintaining personal information and another one is maintaining academic information. Like that you can maintain any number of tables. One table you can create it for to maintain placement information, and one more table to maintain internship related information. So like this you can create any number of information, any number of tables under one database. Okay, so that is the difference between database and table. So and then so this is create table commands, and then we will have insert command to insert the data into the table, and then select command to extract the data from the table, and update command to update the data into the table, and then delete command to delete the data from the database, and then alter database which will modify the tables, and alter table which will modify the columns which is inside the table. Okay, and alter database will modify the database itself, but alter table will modify the columns which is available in the table. Drop table will delete the table, will remove the table. Okay, so these are all the some of the specific commands that we are going to look at in this session. Okay, so let's start with the basic command, that is the create database. This is the first command you will have to work out. Through this command only you will be able to create the tables and to perform other operations. Okay, now to create this database, first of all you need MySQL. Okay, so you need to install MySQL. So in the last session itself I told you how to install PHP and MySQL. You are not going to install separately, in PHP separately, MySQL separately. If you want, you can do that. You can install separately, that's not an issue. In the last class I have shown you a demo how to install PHP and MySQL using XAMPP server. Okay, so we have installed a server called XAMPP web server, which supports both PHP and MySQL. Okay, now today last session we have covered how to work with PHP. So in this session I am going to demonstrate you how to work with the MySQL database. Okay, so in the last session itself I told you about how to check whether your web server is running, and also how to check whether your MySQL server is running or not. Okay, so first of all you need to do that. So just go to your Windows prompt, then type the web server XAMPP. So go to the control panel, XAMPP control panel. Okay, now I am going to tell you how to work with database alone. So you can start MySQL, and usually we will start Apache and MySQL. That's not a problem. If you want, you can start, or otherwise you can start MySQL alone. Okay, but when you are doing the database connection part, you will have to start both. Okay, now both are started, Apache and MySQL. So now how to check the web server is installed. So I gave you some tips on that day. You have to type localhost, press enter. If you get this home page, it shows that your web server is installed properly. Now how to go into database MySQL part? Type localhost / php myadmin. php myadmin, you will get this page. Okay, so this is your MySQL database where you are going to create your database. Okay, now there are two ways in which you can work on this. One is using SQL, that is if I click on this SQL, here you can run the commands and you can create the databases. Okay, database, table, or insert, update, all kind of commands you can do it here. Okay. The other way is you can come here databases. Okay. Through this options also I can create. Okay. So first of all, let me show you this. This will be easy for you. So I have a database. Sorry, I have a option called create database. So here I am going to give my database name. For example, my database name is db1. Imagine previously I have given test db1, test db2, so I am giving now just db1. Just click create. You don't do any other thing, just give the database name here. Okay, and click create. Okay, so that's it. Your database is created. You can see here. Okay, so this is what the database we have created now. Okay, now I need to create a table inside this database. Okay, now if you look at this db1, nothing you will have. Okay, now I am going to create a table. For example, I will make it as db1 table. db1 table, which is going to have, for example, 3 columns. Give number of columns and create. Okay, now a table called db1 table is created and with 3 columns. So here you will have to give the details about the 3 columns. So what are the 3 columns? For example, first one is roll number. The data type is integer. Okay, you don't need to specify the length for integer, that will take automatically. Okay, then the second one is name. I'm going to give it as varchar. Varchar is a variable character. For example, 50. Here you will have to give the length. Okay, then mark. Third column is mark. Again it is going to be integer. Okay, let it be. Okay, so I have given 3 columns now, and you go down. Or there is a go button here. Go button will be available at the bottom as well as sorry, one second, wait. Yeah, save button is here. Okay, click on save, so that the table is created. You can see. Okay, db1 table is created. Okay, a db1 table is created now. Now you can see what are the column names you have given. Roll number, name, and mark. 3 columns we have given, so 3 columns it is created. So these 2 things I am going to do it with SQL command. Okay, so what is the SQL command that is given here? Create database, database name. Okay, so same thing I am going to do it here. For example, I am going to give it now create database. For example, I will give it db2 now, db2. Okay, if you go down here, and there is a go button. Okay, click go. See here, db2 is created now. Same thing, whatever I have done with the help of that buttons and options, I can do it with the help of command also. Okay, both the ways I am showing now. Okay, so I have created a table, database db2, but nothing is available in the database. Okay, now the next command is I am going to create the table. So how do I create the table? Using what is that command? Okay, so I can give the same table whatever I have created in db1. db1 table, what are the things I have created? 3 columns I have created. roll number, and then mark. Okay, so the same three columns I am trying to create in db2 also. Okay, so db2, so the command is, I am in db2 now. Okay, I am in db2, so create table. So I will go to SQL command, create table. For example, I will make it as db2 table. db2 table. Inside this, you will have to give the column names with data type. For example, the first one I have given roll number int. You can give it in small or capital, that's not an issue. Okay. Then name varchar of 50. Okay. Then marks or mark, again integer. Okay, so this is the command to create the table. Create table, then table name, then give the column names followed by data type. Okay, so give all three columns and then try to execute the data. Okay, now there is a go button at the bottom, click on this. Okay, now you can see here the db2 table is created. Okay, so what is available in the db2 table? You can click here and you can check the columns. See here, roll number, name, mark. Okay, so integer means it automatically alerts 11 digits. Okay, now so the same thing I have done with structure and as well as SQL. SQL is through commands, structure is just you can type in the column names and you can select the column data type and you can do it. Okay, press on the go button, it will do it. Okay, so this is both way of doing it. Okay, creating a database and table. Okay, so once the database and table is created, now the next our job is you have to insert the data into the tables. Okay, now I am going to insert the data into the tables. For example, I can take this db2 table. First of all, I will write the commands. Insert. Here you no need to remember the commands also. You can see here at the bottom you have select star, select, insert, update, delete, all these commands will be there. So you just click insert, it will give you the command to insert the data into the table. So what is given? Insert into db2 table. Okay, that is the standard syntax. Okay, then roll number, name, mark, these are all the column names. Okay, I am going to insert into the table in these columns. Okay, values, then you have to give values, then you can specify the values here. For example, the first one, not one, the roll number and name abc and marks I can give it like 88. Okay, so the command is done. Now go to the bottom and click go button. Okay, now you can see one row is inserted. Okay, now click on this, you can go and check this db2 table. See, one data is inserted here. Okay, so this is how you can insert the data into the table through query, that is SQL query. Okay, but at the same time I can insert through this structure also. So how do I do that? I can see here, one second. Yeah. There is a button here which is insert. Okay, you can click on this. Okay, so here you can see the column names and then the values that you are going to insert. Okay, I am going to insert now 102, the name something like XYZ, then mark you can see 99. Okay, so you can insert one more value also if you want. So see here, there are 2 times it's showing. So if you want to insert only one value, you can press go here, and if I want to insert one more value, for example 103. Okay, next I have ASD, then 77. Okay, I'll press go now. Okay, now see here, there are 2 rows inserted. Okay, so that way that will be easy for you, I think, instead of making a command. Okay. So this is the way you can insert through this structure option. Okay, now you can go and see the table, db2 table. See, there are 3 rows inserted now. Okay, there are 3 rows inserted. That is about insert command. Either you can do it through SQL command or through this options. Okay, the next one, so select statement. Now the table is created, data is inserted. Now next our job is you need to display the data by selecting some specific information. Okay, for example here, yeah, there is a select statement which will select a particular data or all the data from the table. Okay, for example I am going to give it like for this you will have to use the command. Okay, select star from db2 table, where 1 is not necessary. Where 1 means all columns, all rows will be displayed. That is where usually will give some condition. So instead of the condition, it's showing where 1. Okay, so select star from db2 table I have given. So I will click this go button now. So it shows all 3 values. Okay, nothing else. Okay, now let me alter this SQL command. Select star from db2 table where for example roll number equal to 101. Okay, let me run this. Now can you able to see the output now? You can see only one row, okay, which is having roll number equal to 101. Okay, so like this, based upon some conditions, you can filter out the data. So the command we have given is select from db2 table and where roll number equal to 101. Okay, for example I want to select only name and mark where roll number equal to 101. Then what should I do? Select name comma mark, okay, from db2 table where for example if I give where 1, what will happen is it will display all name and mark. There is no roll number. Okay. You can see the output here. It will display without roll number. Only specified columns will be displayed. Okay. For example, I want to display like where roll number equal to 102. Click on the go button. See the roll number equal to 102 XYZ and 99. Okay. So here I have given select star. So if you give select name and mark whatever, so that specified columns alone will get displayed. Okay. So that is about select statement. Either you can use select star, means all the columns gets displayed, or you can specify the required columns. Only select name mark or only select roll number mark, like that you can do. Okay. So that is a SQL select statement. Okay. The next one we have is update statement. Okay. Here I want to modify some of the values which is already available in the table. Okay. So that is possible through this update command. Okay. So the syntax goes like this: update, then table name, that is the customers, set city is one of the column name, equal to Chennai, where customer ID equal to 1. Okay. So this one I am going to demonstrate here with our student database. Okay. Let me show you the full data now. For example, I have entered marks for roll number 102, by mistake 99. Okay, I want to reduce it, okay, to 79. Okay, I can do that. So what I will do, go to SQL, okay, and click update. Here update button is there, no? Click on this, okay, and you will get a update command. Okay, so you no need to write or remember the syntax. So the syntax is already available. I am going to update the mark alone. So update table name, set only the mark, the other things you can remove. Roll number, name, I am not going to do anything. Okay, set mark equal to, for example, 70. Okay, where roll number equal to 102. Okay, so it's already 99, so I am going to change it to 70 now. Okay, I will execute this now. Click go. See, it's showing like one row affected. One row affected means there is some modification in one row. Okay, now again you will have to display. Select command, select star from table, then click on go button. Now you can see here 102 mark is modified as 70. Previously it was 99, now it is modified to 70. Okay, so that is the way the update command will work. You can update any information, like I want to update the name, where roll number equal to, or I want to update the mark, where roll number, or I want to update the roll number itself, that also it's possible. Okay, anything you can update. Okay, so that is the purpose of update command. Then we have delete statement. Okay, here I want to particularly delete some of the rows. Okay, for example, where the roll number equal to, where the customer name equal to, something like this. Okay, so for that you have a command like delete from the table name, customers or student, whatever it is, where then you will have to give the condition, customer name equal to, or roll number equal to, or mark equal to, anything you can give. Okay, so I'll do some deletion in this database. So go to SQL command, and then click delete this button. Okay, so that will give you the syntax. So here delete from table name db2 table, where here I have to give the condition where for example I want to delete roll number 102. So roll number equal to 102. Okay, so when I execute this command delete from table where roll number equal to 102, I click on the go button. See, it is giving you alert something. Do you really want to execute? Because it's a delete command, no? So I am just giving OK. So you can see the message here, one row deleted. Okay, now you can go and check the database. Click on the SQL query, select star from table and click on the go button. See, only 101 and 103 is there. There is no 102 button, sorry, 102 roll number. Okay, so it's deleted now. Okay, so that is the way you can delete some of the required rows based upon some condition. Okay, based upon some roll number, name, or whatever it is. Okay, so that is about delete command. So these are all some of the commands that you need basically to work with PHP MySQL database connectivity. Okay, so that's what I want to teach you regarding the database. And the last command we have is drop table. For example, I have done all these operations. Usually we will not drop the table, we will not remove the table, because the table we will have the data permanently on the database. Okay, so if you feel that the table is not necessary, I can remove the table. Some temporary tables I can remove the tables means you can use the command like drop table. Okay, for example db2 table is there, no? So go to SQL, just give the command. Here you don't have any formats for drop. You can give it like drop table, drop table, just give the table name and then click on go button. See, again it's giving an alert because you want to delete the table, no? So the full table will be deleted. See, you can see MySQL written an empty results because there is no table. So the table was deleted now. Now we can go and see in the db2. Okay, check any table is there. No table was there. When I click on this plus button, nothing is appearing. But when I click on db1, you can see there is a table, db1 table. Okay, in db2 the table was deleted. Okay, so that is the way you can drop the table. Okay, so with this commands I think you will be able to work on the database connectivity part in the upcoming class. So in the coming class we are going to look at how to integrate database with your front end HTML. Okay, the next class what you are going to see is we are going to get the inputs from the HTML page, and that will be processed by the PHP, and the data will be stored in the MySQL database. Okay, and again the data will be fetched from the MySQL database by the PHP file, and then the reply will be sent back to the HTML page, like to the user. Okay, so this is what we are going to look at in the next section. Okay, so I'll stop with this, and we'll look at the database connect in the next session. Okay, thank you.